Hey Mom and Nana.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you for everything you do.
And thank you for always supporting us.
We love you.
I love my mom because she always reminds me about the things that are really important in life, and she gives me unconditional love and pushes me to be a better person and Christian. I love you, Mommy.
Hey Hanger fam! So I get to brag on my awesome mom because she is one of the hardest working people I know. And she's so caring and she sacrifices so much for me, for my family, and so we can just accomplish all of our goals. And she's so hardworking because no matter what the circumstances, no matter what's going on at work, at home, in our lives, you know, she is just so confident and she just works hard through anything, and it's inspiring, and hopefully I can just be like her someday because my mom is pretty awesome. Thanks for letting me brag about her.
The reasons I love my mom is because she's always been super supportive of me. She's always helped me through like most of my troubles in life, and especially in school with like school projects and such. And she's always been really loving to me. And yeah, that's why I love my mom.
Here's what I appreciate about my mother and grandmother, because like they're both kind of my mom because my grandmother raised me, but whatever. My grandmother lets me do the stuff like horseback riding. She supports me with that stuff.
I just want to say that I love my mom, and here's why. She is one of a kind. She is what I'd call a gamer mom. On the PlayStation 4, Monopoly, all of that, she's always down for gaming. She's always very helpful in school, in everything, life in general. And I really appreciate Mom, so happy Mother's Day to her.
I love my mom because of how hard she works for our family and how much she does for me to make sure I have the best opportunities possible.
I'm working. I'm editing a video for Tune In Tuesday for the preschoolers because I love them.
That's really nice because you're good at everything.
What do you want?
What we love about our mom is that she always supports us.
Hey guys, welcome to the special Hub Hanger Online combined service tonight. We're so glad that you are here. As always, we wish that we could be with you, but we're glad that we can connect in any way that we can connect. I hope that your week was a good one. I hope that school went okay and that you got along with your family and things were good this week. We miss you. We cannot wait to see you back in this place. I don't want to go any further until I say hello to all of our moms, all of our leaders who are moms. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you've had a great day. Well, guys, we're going to jump right into worship tonight. We've got a special worship set for you. So really excited to welcome in Chris and the band. Yes, I did say Chris and the band. So let's worship together. Remember, wherever you're at, whether you're at home or you're outside or you're in your room, feel free to worship any way that you want. We can worship God anywhere. So super excited about worship tonight. So hey, Chris, take it away, man.
Don't lose heart, oh my soul, oh my soul. Oh, don't give up, there is hope, there is always hope. And there nations bow, mountains shake at the sound of just one name. Over all, Jesus reigns, he reigns. I know. There is a King of glory, there is a God who saves, one who is strong and mighty, freedom is in his name. So, open the gates of heaven, lift up a shout of praise. There is a lion roaring, Jesus the King of glory. There is a lion roaring, Jesus the King of glory.
Let the King of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, he is my song. Let the King of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the ransom for my life. Oh, he is my song. 'Cause you are good, you're good. Oh, 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 let the King of my heart be the wind inside my sails, the anchor in the waves. Oh, he is my song. Let the King of my heart be the fire inside my veins, the echo of my days. Oh, he is my song. Let the King of my heart be the wind inside my sails, the anchor in the waves. Oh, he is my song. Let the King of my heart be the fire inside my veins, the echo of my days. Oh, he is my song. 'Cause you are good, you're good. Oh, 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 you're never gonna let me down. 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 You're never gonna let me down.
was great. It was good to see some of the members of the band and for us to be able to worship together. Chris, great job. It did a lot for my soul. I hope you guys appreciated it too. So guys, I want to jump right into our message tonight. And here's the thing, we've been in this isolation for quite a while now, right? And we've still got some time to go, right? We're seeing some brightness at the end of that tunnel, right? And we're really excited about the possibilities moving forward. This time next week, things might have changed just a little bit and we can begin to emerge. And then who knows, in a few weeks after that, we might find ways to be able to be back together again, right? But there's still some time between then and now. And I really want us to take advantage of this time that's different, right? It's different, but I think we can take advantage of it and emerge as better people closer to God, right? And I want to show you something for you to think about this tonight, okay? So I brought in a bowl of oranges, okay? So here's a bowl of oranges, all right? Now, if you were here with me and I were to offer you one of these oranges, which one do you think that you would probably take, okay? All right, well, most of us would probably take one orange one, right? Because it's familiar to us, right? We know what to expect from this. If we cut this open, we know how it's going to taste. It's familiar to us, and we're going to kind of go with that one, right? But what if you decided to take the blue orange? Now, it's weird, right? It's unusual. We're like, well, what will that taste like? Is it the same thing? Well, let's take a look inside, okay? So let's cut this thing open, all right? So let's look. Oh, it looks somewhat familiar, but somewhat weird at the same time, right? That's pretty good. Okay, now, here's the thing, all right? Right now, many things are not familiar, right? Like, we want the familiar, but we don't have that right now. We have the unfamiliar. So I think it's in our best interest to try to embrace that. Even though we've been in this many, many weeks, we've got a few more weeks to go at least, right? What if we embraced it in a whole new way? What if we embraced the change? What if we looked at this blue? We could look at this blue in two ways, right? We could look at this in two ways. We could just say, wow, no way am I doing that unfamiliar thing. I am not eating that blue orange. Or we can look at it at a different way, right? We can say, you know what? I am going to embrace the change for this period of time. Embrace the change for this period of time. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about tonight. Maybe you've done a great job of embracing your reality and even growing in that. Or maybe you haven't, but you still have an opportunity. I still have an opportunity. We all have this opportunity to change and to grow closer to God and to understand some new things about ourselves before this is over. And it's important that we embrace the reality of whatever is going on in our world, right? No matter what it is. And so tonight, I want to talk about a couple of ideas of things that you can do, things that I can do, things that we can all do to move forward over these next couple of weeks as we continue to sort of live in this strange world, okay? So here's the first thing that we can try to do, and that is to redeem the time, right? Probably all of you have a little more time on your hands than you've had, and you will still continue to have that. Maybe even through the summer, as things even open up, you're still going to have a little more time on your hands because things are a little bit different, right? Okay, so you can redeem the time. There's an incredible Bible verse. Here's what it says in Ephesians. It says, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is." All right? That passage from Ephesians, it instructs us to make the most of every single opportunity, even if it's one that we wouldn't pick for ourselves, like this, right? But we're supposed to make the most of every opportunity that we can. Another translation says we're to redeem the time, embrace the change, redeem the time, right? Now, right now on Instagram, I want you to type in something right now that you've been thinking about doing with this time, but you haven't done it so far. Maybe there's some big goal that you said, you know what, all right, this isn't what I want, but man, I'm going to use this time to do this, but you haven't done it yet, all right? I want you to list it, because the first important thing to do is to list that, right? To list it, because that can help us to move forward. So I want you to list it right now, okay? So Ephesians calls on us to redeem the time. Now, maybe you don't have any ideas, all right? Maybe you don't know what that is for you. Let me give you a couple of things to think about. Now, some of these you're like, well, that's weird. Why would I do that? That's got nothing to do with anything. But hear me out, okay? Redeem your time by simply spending some time alone with God. You can do this in so many ways. You could go to your room and spend some time with God. You could take a walk outside. Go out and experience nature, man. It's God's universe. And sometimes when we're out in it, we experience him in a whole new way. Think back to Hangar 48 and how we experienced nature, okay? Those of you who went on that retreat with us, you know what that was like, okay? So go out and spend some time with God in nature, all right? Hey guys, get out there and work out a little bit, right? Maybe you're like, oh, I don't like to work out, I don't like to run, I don't do any of that. Maybe for you, it's just a few baby steps. Maybe it's lifting weights, maybe it's running. I gotta tell you, there was a portion of this whole quarantine where I was injured and my hip was in a mess, okay? And I really couldn't run. Every time I tried to run, it would tighten up and I was in a ton of pain. And that about killed me, because I'm a person that I really need exercise. It gets me going. It gets those endorphins rolling, like they say, you know, and it just opens up my mind and helped so much. So when I was able to get back to that, it really changed my mood and changed my ability to think through this stuff and to move forward, right? So I encourage you to get out there and try that, all right? Start a prayer journal. If you haven't done that yet, if you haven't written some things down about how you're feeling during this whole thing, man, I encourage you to do that. You know, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can just be a notebook. Write some stuff down. Write God questions. Go, God, here's what I'm thinking about, because he's going to answer along the way, and you can go back and see how he was faithful. So there's a couple of ideas right there, right? Take some walks, work out, start a prayer journal, and if you don't like any of those, all right, make some lists, okay? Make some lists of some big goals. Maybe they're goals, things that you want to do as soon as this is all over. You know, make a list of those things. Or maybe you want to make a list of what's going to happen next year so that you can pursue some of those things, okay? So the first thing that we can do, all right, to embrace the change, okay, is to redeem this time. Don't let it slip away completely. Don't look back on this and go, I didn't do anything during the quarantine. I just sat around and ate Doritos and played video games. I mean, yeah, you can still do that and get out and do some of these things, okay? So redeem the time. That's the first thing, all right? Here's another thing that we can do, okay? The second thing that we can do through this whole thing, and this is so important today, all right? Today is Mother's Day, right? Okay? Today is Mother's Day. The second thing that we can do as we continue to spend time, you know, closely with our family and maybe not able to get out all the time, is to honor those closest to us. Honor those who are closest to us physically right now. That's probably your family. We can honor those closest to us. You have an incredible opportunity in all of this, right? To make some changes in the way that your family structure is going. Maybe it's awesome already, and that's great. I'm so glad. But maybe there's some things that could improve. You have a chance during all of this, okay, to make some changes. Listen to this Bible verse. It says, honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise. Honor your father and mother. Of course, today is Mother's Day, right? What a great day to honor your mom. And, you know, hey, why not honor everybody in your house? It's such an important thing, okay? So how do you do that? What are some ideas on some ways that you can honor your family, or honor your mom, or honor your dad, or honor those who are closest to you, brothers and sisters, whoever happens to be living in your house right now, okay? Here's the first huge one, the hardest one, but a huge one. Show grace. Show grace. Guys, that means by putting other people first. That means being able to take a back seat every once in a while. That means that if someone is stressed out in your household, that you don't add to that stress. Guys, your parents are probably under a lot of stress right now, just like you. Okay, show them some grace. Give them a break, you know? Practice that in a bigger way than even you want to, maybe, in your heart right now, okay? Here's another thing. Do some nice things for them. If you haven't done something nice for your mom today, we need to get on that because you're running out of time. But even if it's not today, okay, even if it's not today, if you do something nice for someone in your house, not only does it make them feel great, but it fills your heart too, right? It makes you feel better. So you guys, maybe you need to cook a meal for your family this week. Or why not teach your mom or dad how to play those video games that you're playing, right? You're probably like, you would slaughter them, right? Because you're so good. But you could invite them in to play one of those video games. They would love to learn that stuff with you, all right? Here's something that is so important. Ask someone in your family older than you about your family history. You know, ask them, where's our family from? What do you know about our family? Tell me about your grandparents or anybody that you know beyond that I don't know. Find out your family history. That's an incredible way to honor your mom and dad. So guys, the second thing that we can do to embrace change, okay, is to honor those who are closest to us, all right? The final thing, and this is a really important one, that we can do in the time that we have left in this quarantine before we can emerge and be connected in a more normal way, okay? And that is to look for the blessings that are happening right now. Not the ones that you hope will come down the road. Look for the blessings that are happening right now. Romans 8:28 says this, and we know that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love God, those who are called according to his purpose. Listen to this again. And we know that God causes all things to work together for good. A lot of people are like, did God cause the coronavirus? Did God unleash the coronavirus? No. But God uses all things that happen for good, right? So we can find blessings in the things that are going on right now, okay? And it's so important to do that, to find the blessings. You know what one of those blessings might be for you? I know, I've had this conversation with many of you during the school year, all right? Some of you are incredibly stressed out. School is hard. There's a lot to do, trying to keep up with all that, with everything. Well, guess what? Right now, that stuff is paused, right? That stuff is paused. You can use your time. One of the blessings right now might be for you to get balanced, okay? For you to find out what's really, really important so that as we emerge and all these opportunities come rushing at you again, you can pick and choose. You can decide what you're going to put back on and what you're not going to put back on based on what God is speaking to you, right? You can use this time to get balanced. You can also use this time to take care of your needs mentally, physically, and emotionally. Guys, if you haven't been getting enough sleep, you probably have during all this, but get rested up, okay? Get rested up. Ask someone in your family to help you navigate through some things that might be hard emotionally. Take advantage of this time when you have the space around you, the space around your head where you don't have so many demands, to ask someone you trust in your household to help you navigate through some of these things. You know, that honors God, and God wants that for you. He wants you to be healthy emotionally and spiritually and physically. So get some rest, talk through some hard things. This is an incredibly great time to take advantage of that, all right? And the final thing you can do is to be a blessing to someone else. We've given you guys a bunch of ideas as we've gone along about how to do this, but simply find your own way to be a blessing to someone through this. You know, it's easy to be selfish right now. It is easy to look inside. It is easy to just sort of turn inward and go, I just got to get through this, so I'm not going to like deal with anybody. But that's the wrong way to go. You know what? The best way to help yourself and help others is to look outwards and figure out who you can be a blessing for. So the third thing that we can do is to look for the blessings in what's going on right now. God, here's the thing, you guys. Here's what God says, all right? God never changes, Okay, that's the incredible important thing that I want you to know tonight. God never changes, but God can and will change you. God never changes, but he can and will change you. So if you embrace some of the things that are going on right now, if you can embrace this even more deeply than you have so far, you can come out of this more whole, more connected to God, and God will work in your heart and your mind and your soul. And when we're back to normal, okay, when things are more like this and less like this, we can emerge as stronger people, as people who are more devoted to God, a hanger family that's more deeply connected. Guys, I pray for you all the time, and you know that we all miss you so very much. And we want you to know that we're lifting you up in prayer. We know that you can do this, you can finish, you can keep strong, all right? We love you. Hang in there. We will see you very soon. Don't forget about our stuff that we do all week long. Every day, 3 o'clock on Instagram. Join us. Some days we're just goofing around and hanging out, but on Tuesday and Thursday we do a Bible study. Go to Instagram to the link in bio. You'll find the link there for the Bible study that we're doing. Do that. Of course, we're playing games every day. We're delivering prizes. Join us in this stuff. Stay connected. We just love hanging out with you guys. So guys, we love you. We will see you here next week and see you tomorrow on Instagram. Have a great week.